Hi, Sandy.
Hi, it's Dave.
Hi, it's Kirk.
Okay, so today's video is actually a subscriber request. It was one of our subscribers recommended that we check this band out. It's a band that I know, and I have checked out before, but I very much doubt that you will have come across them, as it was a Patreon from my other channel that actually said you guys have got to check this band out. And I was like, okay, cool, I will introduce you to them, and hopefully you enjoy it. But we're going to get straight into this because it's a relatively long video of theirs, but I think it's a great example of them. It's just under 8 minutes long.
Cool.
So let's go check them out. There we have it. Now, did you pick up what the band name was by any chance?
Can I ask which European country they're from?
They're not European.
What?
There you go. There you go. Well, that's the easy answer. You ruled out one continent. Any other guesses?
Far East.
Far East? No.
No.
That can't be North American. I know that obviously there was the imagery of the $100 bill.
They are Canadian. From,
okay.
They are
from.
from.
North American then.
Yeah, Canadian. So Toronto, I think they come from. Where they're based. They're a band called Motion Device, which are now actually they've been renamed Quarter After Three, mainly because at the moment the bassist, singer, and the drummer are all family members. Well, yeah, they are family. So the bassist and the vocalist are sisters, and the drummer is their cousin. And they used to be two guitarists, and then they went down to one guitarist, and then that guitarist left, and so they had no guitarist. So they renamed the band to go in a slightly different direction. But they did a couple of albums, and this was off the album Wide Awake, and was the actual title track Wide Awake. So yeah, let's kick it off. Kirk, go for it.
I thought you'd go for Andy. It's doom metal, isn't it? That was a puzzling experience, I will say. From the start, I just assumed they were a European metal band. I love the video. Clearly, I understand what they're saying there with the puppets, those that are manipulated. We're going to rise up and destroy the status quo. So there's going to be an insurgency against the nefarious rulers of our societies. That's the message that came across to me. But I've got to say, there were times when I was almost hypnotized by the music. And even though I could hear what she was singing in the lyrics, I wasn't paying any attention to them. So there might have been something very important there. But that tells you the power of certain segments of that song. Now, when you said that there used to be two guitarists, am I right in thinking the guy playing those solos was originally the rhythm guitar player?
Can't actually remember what roles they do. Yeah, but...
I was expecting him to break out into a shredding scale pattern, which he never did at any point. No. And that was far too loud in the mix, the guitar leads. It needed to be more subtle. 8 minutes didn't feel like 8 minutes to me. Overall, I would say I enjoyed that song. The beginning was your morbid doom metal, where it's just a sequence of 4 chords. And I like how it's held together by that very simple bass line. I love how it then switches to the Candlemass version of doom metal, which is all about rock heavy guitars. You know, you can get the air guitar out, you can throw some shapes. So real good contrast there. Excellent vocals. I don't even know how to describe that. When I say excellent vocals, I don't think she was doing anything extraordinary, but it makes you realize that doom metal, female vocals can really bring this genre to life. So I'm going to put a question back to you two at this stage. If that was a song by 4 men who looked like Crowbar and all had long beards and were wearing cargo shorts and vests, would you have been as transfixed by it?
No.
I think you're right, Kurt. No. You know, the visuals in the video were very important. As you say, you got distracted by, you know, what she was actually, you know, the words she was actually singing. And I agree. I didn't pick up on that either. And there might be a very clear message and story in those lyrics, but I didn't pick up on that because I was enthralled by everything else. Shall I carry on? Because I mean,
go for it.
I agree with everything you say, Kirk. Love the visuals of the video. The different types of puppets, you know, being trapped and then eventually released to roam free. She did have a really good voice, but nothing extraordinary, and certainly not on par with some of her peers. But she did bring a lot to the music, which again I totally agree with you. I love the ringing out chords at the beginning, which I think would like to have had another repeat of those. Extend those a bit. So that was a really good intro to the song. I like the accompanying bass. And then when the guitar kicks in on that first sort of vocal passage as well. Again, I've noted down, reminds me of early Candlemass. So we totally agree on that. When the singer sort of released her bandmates from their chains and secure bindings, that particular passage of the song I didn't like as much. You know, when you went colour and it sort of the tempo picks up a bit. But they reverted back to sort of like the first part of the song to finish it off. But yeah, very enjoyable. As I say, there's a lot going on there that, you know, you're captivated for 8 to 9 minutes visually and musically. You know, it requires a repeat viewing to perhaps, as you say, concentrate on what the vocals are saying. But yeah, very terrible band name, to be honest.
What is the band name?
Their new version and the one they recorded this under, to be honest, it doesn't make much sense to me. Again, it doesn't tell you what the content is all about. But yeah, very enjoyable.
So the band name was Motion Device, and yeah, I completely I
two random words, isn't it? I mean,
it didn't make any sense from what they were talking about.
Motion device or motions of ice? What are they called?
Motion device, like a phone device. Yeah,
right.
It was at the very beginning. I thought, well, that can't be the band name and the single. That must be the production company or the label or something like that. It just looked like that sort of first card intro to a lot of videos where it's not necessarily the band name and the song.
So to give you a little bit more concepts about background, this was the first song I was asked to ever react to, and I was exactly the same as you guys. I found myself very mesmerized about the track. I did feel that the solo at the end went too long. Personally, I just felt there was too much repetition of the passages, but apart from that, really loved the track, and then went down the rabbit hole of checking all their other stuff out. You wouldn't be surprised to hear that one of their biggest influences is Black Sabbath. And you can hear that once you know that their influence is Black Sabbath, you could hear this as a Black Sabbath track very, very easy with Ozzy singing over it. And so you can kind of hear it. And then when you go back to listen to what they did before they did this album, they started as a family band and they did a lot of rock and metal covers, including things like Children of the Grave. And they did lots of Sabbath, Iron Man. And you got to remember, these at this point, they are 16, 17, and when they started they were like 11 and 12 and stuff like that. So you see the singer literally like a little 11-year-old girl singing Iron Man and Children of the Grave and stuff. So the family progressed, and you see all their early videos until they got to this stage, and you see how they incorporated their early influences, and they did things like Metallica's King Nothing and a whole load of other stuff in there as their covers. So they started as a covers family band putting out videos, and then obviously progressed into their own writing. And I like that journey because you kind of get to see how they progress. And I always say, it's for anyone that wants to check out Motion Device, don't go and check out their early stuff, their covers first. It's better to go and see where they got to, and then go and see how they went on that journey. I love her vocals. I think part of it is because you don't really pick up on the lyrics on it on the first listening, because she's doing a lot of theatricals in her performance. There's a lot. She uses her voice, her mouth. She gazes at you. She's doing lots of arm movements, and you're just transfixed. And to the point where you just have no idea what's going on, but you know that you're getting carried down this river without any control whatsoever, and you're just going to go with it. So I really like Motion Device. I've listened to a couple of the stuff from Quarter After Three, and it's not for me because they haven't got a guitarist. The bass player is a very good pianist, so they've done a lot of piano, synths, bass, and drums with vocals, and they've lost their attitude, their swagger to it. So I'm hoping that they've only released 2 tracks so far, and I'm hoping that maybe they were just doing teasers to see what the appetite for it was. And maybe they'll consider doing something with guitars later on. But I'm hoping that the new stuff gets some of their old vibe back to it. But I really love the influences of like the Black Sabbath coming through, and another family band like The Warning. Because I was basically put onto them because I did a Warning reaction. Right. So I said, another family band you need to check out is Motion Device, and another one you need to check out is Liliac. And I've done all 3 of those. And these were the Motion Device and The Warning were the 2 that I liked out of those 3.
I was impressed. I would definitely give that album a listen. Did they do 2 albums under the name Motion Device?
Yeah, I think so. This was their last one they did, which was the Wide Awake album. It's probably the one to go and check out the best.
What year are we talking? Are we talking like 2017? Something like that?
18, I think it would have been.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was about 4 years ago.
Do you know, I was going to make a joke at the beginning when you said it's 8 minutes. So I was going to say Andy's praying it's a doom metal song. It turns out it is.
Right. Well, there we go. That was Motion Device, and the song was Wide Awake. Now, if you like this video, please do subscribe, click the bell icon, like and share, and we'll see you on another video very soon. Take care.